Welcome to Busan, baby, the full 48-hour itinerary, the best activities, places to go, places to get some coffee, some caffeine in the system, boat trips like this, the sky capsules and everything in between. We're still en route to 2K subs. Do yourself a favour, do me a favour, hit the button down below. Let's get cooking, baby. Gamcheon Culture Village, it's an absolute must, it's an absolute banger from G-Dubs. Bus number 1001 or 1003 from the main station in Busan or on the beach where me and Em are staying, and then that takes you all the way to Stockholm Kindergarten, and then you get number 1, the green number 1 bus, which takes you right to the top of the hill. Do not be deceived and think you can walk up it. It's super steep, and I reckon about a 40-45 minute walk. If you walk up there, drops you off at a little spot. You can see all the buildings, super colourful. As you kind of walk out of the bus station itself, and there's a place where it says like free photos, and there's a little dog called Jar knocking about. It's like a little park where you can stand and stuff and take some flair. Little JPEGs. In terms of how long you want to spend there, I think, like you say, you want to spend about an hour. We went to, there's a massive pink like cafe, coffee shop. I'll overlay the name now because I've completely forgot what it was called, but I ordered the wrong thing. I thought I was getting a hot chocolate. It was like Nutella, allergic to nuts. They were so nice in there. Just changed it, wouldn't let me pay for another coffee. So I definitely recommend going there, and then you go get a drink, go onto their rooftop, and it's just ruthless. Panoramic 360-degree views. You've got all like the buildings on one side going all the way down to the sea on the other. There are people saying it's the Santorini of Greece, it's the Positano of Italy. I do think it is beautiful, but I think that is a bit of an injustice to those two places. So yeah, go there with an open mind. It's a super cool place. But yeah, I think you probably want about an hour. Lovely spot for some photos. You can kind of walk through all the different bits in between there. So yeah, get it on the list. The Jagalchi fish market's exactly what it says on the tin. Indoor and outdoor, massive fish market right on the harbour, as you can kind of see behind me here. In the outside bit, you're kind of like going up like a little narrow like sort of road in between. I mean, a ridiculous amount of fish, as you can imagine. You've got all the kind of standard stuff, sea bass, etc. And then you've just got some spicy stuff, king crabs, you've got eels. There's a million different things in there. And then there's an indoor bit, which is kind of more, I would say, like, it's meant to be like a restaurant. I guess old, like, different kind of restaurants and places you can eat. I felt as if I was more like in an aquarium, and I was just saying to Em, like, I'm not like a huge like animal person, animal lover, but ignorance is bliss. When you walk for a supermarket and things are dead, you just kind of don't have any thought to it. When you're in there and they're saying, oh, do you want whatever it is, do you want crab, do you want this, do you want that, and it's super fresh. You literally caught today on the harbour. Couldn't be any fresher than this. But when you're seeing things are alive, I don't know, it gives you a bit of a different feeling, different perspective, yeah, on animal life, marine life. But yeah, they literally had everything under the sun in there. The crabs were the biggest crabs I've ever seen, and I know 2 big bloody crabs. So yeah, if you want super fresh fish, I can't think of anywhere better. I don't think I've been anywhere better in the entire world. Everything must have been caught today. Well, yeah, it's obviously, yeah, still alive and kicking in there. So depending on what your thoughts are on animals and stuff, that's the place to go. But yeah, fresh seafood, you're not going to get any fresher than that. Let me put you onto an absolute banger. Me and Em went there last night for dinner, and it was that good. We had to go again and take you guys with us. Kanda soba, little backstreet job just off the beaten track, and that's where all the phenomenal bits of kit are. Ramen number, double eggs, double meat. The meat, super succulent pork. It's like the tastiest like chicken soup you've ever had in your life. M&S times by about 10. The eggs, really weird texture, but like they're super gooey in the middle, and just absolutely unbelievable. The noodles are a little bit thicker than some of like the glass ones we had, more yeah, I guess like egg noodles, but yeah, unbelievable. And you're looking at like about £8. So people obviously come to South Korea, come to Japan, and they're like, oh, eating in 7-Eleven, saving money, all this. If you just spend a little like £1 extra, £2 extra, you can be eating in banging places like that. So yeah, Kanda soba, get it on the list. It is absolutely phenomenal. Cheers now. Back to doing what we do best on the beer waris. Galmegi Brewing Company, recommended by Neens and Shady, who came here about 2 years ago, was trying to get Shady a t-shirt, all sold out. First one, the Busan Lager, Krabby's favourite, not usually my favourite. It's actually pretty nice, to be fair. Not too fizzy, which is always a good sign. Don't really like super fizzy lager, especially when you're getting them down. We're on the amber ale next, a little 5%, meant to be malty, hint of caramel. Oh, don't think I've ever liked an amber ale in my entire life. It's the reason I wasn't going to go for the little sampler, because you have to get the 4 that are on here. There's no diversity, you don't like to mix and match. Was in the market for a start, but amber ale is good. Next up, I absolutely hate sours, so if this impresses me, it's got to be bloody good. Don't know why I'm pinkying all the time. The bar's that way. Disgusting. Not for me. And finishing off with the IPA, usually the banger. I've just had a smell of it, it smells unbelievable. Nectar of the absolute god. 15 for a little tasting tray, so it's about £8–9, so a little bit more expensive than other places, but when you get in a little handcrafted lager, amber ale, bit of everything, it's good. G-Dub's favourite, obviously the IPA, second favourite is going to be the lager and amber ale, also plays ball, the sour, get it out of there. Day number 2, stop number 1 is about getting some coffee. It's about getting some caffeine in the system to fire the day up. I went with Tide Coffee Roasters, maybe the most aesthetic coffee shop I've ever seen in my life. Super slick, really nice kind of bench space. You're going down, someone's talking you through different coffees, different coffee beans, all that good stuff. Me and them usually, or especially me, on the super milky lattes. However, we're tempted in different beans. I went for the Rwanda, which is kind of like meant to be, well, it was milky, it's meant to be chocolatey and a hint of honey, and went for like a, I think it was like an Ethiopian number, which was meant to be like nutty and again a little bit chocolatey. What we were expecting was not what we got. I thought I was getting like a really milky coffee. Absolutely not. There was no milk in sight. It was unbelievably strong. So I would say if you're going to get any of the specific coffee beans, just be knowing that you're getting like a cold brew style coffee. I went for the ice one and went for a hot one. Insanely strong. Nearly blew my socks off. Fired up for the day ahead. But yeah, really nice space. The view in the backdrop is absolutely phenomenal. It's pretty much what I've got here. All the seafront. So yeah, if you want to get in there and fire the day up, I would definitely do so. Would I recommend the specific beans? I personally wouldn't, because that's kind of not my go-to coffee. I do like cold brew from time to time, but I'm usually on the super milky, super sweet, super creamy ones. So yeah, in the market for the condensed milk coffees, because they've been an absolute banger, or usually on the lattes. But yeah, if you are going to get one, get the Rwanda, because it does play a little bit of ball. Cheers now. Me and Em have just had a disaster. It could ruin the entire trip. Only winding you up, we just went to get the Sky Capsules and it's fully booked for like the next 4 hours. However, when there is an issue, we obviously look for solutions. So you want to go from one side, which is the Miro side, to, I can't remember the name, so it's Miro to, I'll overlay the direction now. If you go that way, that's kind of like the most iconic route, or the one that everyone does. But you can do it the reverse way. So you pay 35,000, which is about 20 quid for 2 people to go there or back. It's just one or the other. But the Miro way to the other way is the one that gets most booked up, because it's the closest to, I guess, town, and then you get like the bus back or whatever. But you can just do it the reverse way, which is what me and Em had to do. If you want the best views, just looking into the ocean and the backdrop, do it the Miro to the other way. If you want the best photos, JPEGs and videos with the different like capsule pods in the back of your photos, then do it the way me and Em did, because it's way better. You get the sea, you get the pods, you get a little bit of everything. So yeah, what we thought we got it wrong, but it actually worked out pretty well for us too, because you know we're about our JPEGs. Super nice views. You've got the sea on one side, you get the backdrop of the skyscrapers, you see the big bridge, you see the beach as you come around the corner as well. So yeah, would 100% recommend. I'd actually say it's the best activity we've done in Busan so far. It's 25 minutes from one side to the other. It doesn't matter which way around you do it, it is the exact same. Lovely little views. There were people sleeping in them and people like having their lunch. I definitely wouldn't advise that. Just get in there, take the views in, get a few JPEGs and just absolutely drink it in, because yeah, it's a pretty top drawer activity. And just after. We came off right outside the Blue Line Park. I'll overlay a picture of the restaurant we just went to, because again, no English menu, that is the key. Go somewhere, no English menus, no English signs. You're going to get all the locals in there. It's going to be the best food. We wanted to try the cold noodles. Yeah, weird flavour. I mean, feels very much like a ceviche type dish. But yeah, I really liked it. Em was a little bit hit and miss. But yeah, I thought it was super nice. A little bit of spice, a little bit of heat to it. The meat, the eggs. I wouldn't say it's as good as like some of the ramens, the hot ramens we've been having. But yeah, I thought it was really nice. So yeah, if you want a little cool down on a hot day, it's right next to where you get off the Sky Capture on the Miro side. And yeah, it was about £4.20. So yeah, insane value right on the beach. The things you love to see. Haeundae Beach is an absolute must if you're coming to Busan, but there are a couple of negatives. Let's start on the positive front. Beautiful setup. It's about a 30-minute walk from one side all the way to the other. You've got all the skyscrapers right on the kind of sand edge, and then it's about 50 meters from there across the sand, obviously, to the water. Beautiful kind of water, great views, very tranquil atmosphere, very calming. One of the negatives are you can only go swimming in the sea between June and August, so we're not able to go in. The chili dippers would not be happy, and it's about 50,000 fine if you go in, which works out to about £40. And I think here, do you know what I mean, there's respect people have for authority, but nature, tradition, all that sort of stuff, no one is in the water, so definitely don't be doing that. They had like a big sand festival on as well, so you've got people sculpting the most ridiculous sandcastles that you've ever seen on there, but it's just a beautiful little spot. Sit down, have a little coffee, have a little chill, have a little relax. Very different to kind of the majority of the bars you go to in the big places in Europe, where you have like bars along the waterfront and like music pumping out and stuff. It's a very chill vibe, nice little walk down the front, and yeah, it's right next to where you get the Sky Capsule from. So yeah, the two come hand in hand, get them locked in. Beautiful little setup. One of the best activities we've done on the entire trip so far, 2.5 months traveling, and Busan has cooked up an absolute banger. Little cruise, little yacht cruise. Anytime you're on a boat trip on the water, just a nice soothing atmosphere, apart from at the end when I was feeling a little bit seasick. But £8.50 a person, 1 hour trip. You got all the way up to like the main bridge, and the guys like taking pictures of anyone that wants photos. There was only about 12 people on the entire trip, so much space. If you want to book out the whole yacht to yourself, it's like 110 or 120 pounds. So yeah, if you have a couple pals, I would 100% be doing that. But yeah, £8.50 per person to go on with other people, insane value. If you want to do it for sunset, it's slightly more. I will say slightly more. I think it was double to do it at sunset, but I think now we did it 4 till 5 p.m. Perfect time, sun on us. Yeah, the entire trip. You go all the way up into the other bay, see different beaches. You go and see all the sort of major buildings, all the skyscrapers, all around the entire bay. So it's an absolute beautiful setup, so I would 100% recommend that. And while we're here, we're just going to wrap up the entire vlog. Busan, for me, not what I was expecting, but in a massively positive way. There's so much to do, so much to see here, and you have the real mixture between the beach, and then you're literally in like a massive urban landscape right behind you with all the skyscrapers and stuff right here. So yeah, it's an absolute must for me if you're coming to South Korea. We've done 3 nights. You get 2 full days of doing things. You could probably do 4, to be honest. There's a few things that we've missed off our list, but due to timings, they've just not worked out. The top 2 activities, number 2 is going to be the Sky Capsule, super cool, cruising down the beach on those. Really enjoyed that. And then yeah, number 1, it's gonna have to be, it's the yacht cruise. It's an absolute 10 out of 10 from the team. Insane value, insane JPEGs, and just getting those feels deep into the afternoon. It's just the things you love to see. If you've enjoyed watching the vlog, if you find it useful at all, please do drop me a subscription down below. En route to 2K subs. Unbelievable scenes this year, and I've got 4 or 5 separate vlogs already live on the channel on Seoul. So if you're heading there or thinking of heading there, check those out. They're all in order, all the itineraries in there. We've made the mistakes, we've done the planning, so you don't have to. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, baby, the chef is always cooking.